And that is a huge goal in trying to get back to the Conference League.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge, and welcome back to Tromso, where in today's episode we have got two games coming up, and they are two very, very big games. Let's just put it that way. We've got a game in the league at home against Rosenborg, and then after that we're playing in the Norwegian Cup final, our third final back to back. When we won it last year, we have the chance to go and defend that, but do we want to defend it is the question everyone is asking, because as you can see we have climbed back up to 5th place. We were in a very bad spot last episode. We obviously had that loss to odds. Since then, 3 wins in a row in the league. We've also had 2 wins in the Europa League, and if we go and take a look at how we're doing, we are in the top 5 at the moment, so we're not doing too bad for ourselves. And I mean, I don't know who we've got coming up. We've got Braga at home, we've got Hibernian away and Limassol away. If we can get a win against Limassol, maybe get a win against Hibernian, and maybe, I don't know how Braga doing. Braga is 7th. Maybe it'll be a draw. 7 points would, if we go and take a look at how that's done in the last few seasons, get us up to 19 points. Every single time that's been an automatic qualification around 4th place. If we can go on and do that, then next episode we probably would have a round of 16 in the Europa League, which would be crazy. We're in a good position to go on and do that. We've done well in our fixtures so far. I thought they'd be a little bit, I'm like, no disrespect to teams, but I thought they'd give us a little bit more of a game. So we've had obviously a win against Karabag, win against Panathinaikos here, and then at home we played against Utrecht and got a win, hard fought win, and then away from home we managed to beat Anderlecht, which was it was a very, very good result against a good Anderlecht team. We managed to get the result, but yeah, as you can see, we are in 5th place, and what this means is we're playing against Rosenborg today, who obviously won the league last year. Molde have managed to climb back and back up. Stuyvik were the contestants to the throne, but they managed to reclaim it this year. Rosenborg are currently in 7th place. We've got Tromso on 44 points with 12 goal difference, and then us, not us, we're there. Bodo Glimt are on a -3 goal difference, but 44, so they'd have to score like 15 like goals if it's like if we both win, and then we play against Rosenborg, who are just below that. So it's a straight shootout, I guess, between these 3 teams. If we win, we go to Europe. It's simple as that. We're guaranteed Europe. But then it depends on whether or not we win the final or not. And if we get top 5, I don't know if we want to, you know. We'll go and take a look at the rules just to make sure. So as you can see, 5th place gets a second round qualifying depending on the winner of the Norwegian Cup. And I want to go back to the Conference League because we've had 2 quarterfinals now in 2 years. We've obviously gone to the Europa League. It's going to be good to give us some experience, but I'm thinking now, our time here in Tromso is getting very lengthy. I understand. I'm trying to be considerate. We've been here quite a while. The last Palmas job is opening up quite a lot these days, and it would be nice to take it. You know, the longest I've ever spent at a club is like 40 episodes, and we're approaching 50. So I'm not too sure. I think we just have to see how the course of this episode goes. I think definitely we have to win against Rosenborg. We've just played in Europe on a Thursday, and now we have to play them on a Saturday because I assume everyone's playing at the same time. Rosenborg obviously won the league last year, so they went straight into the Champions League. They would have played on the Wednesday, but they've had one extra day of rest. But the one thing I would say is that we have had the perfect recovery. As you can see, everyone is fit and ready to go. We have the full strength team, and whether or not Rosenborg are as prepared as us, I don't know, but we just have to hope that they aren't, because then if they're not, we can go on and get the result at home. 4 wins in our last 5, the only loss being in that game against Odds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was that game against Odds. Another 1-0 loss. I mean, if we go and take a look at our league record, it's been a tough season, but we're gonna come away with what we want. Hopefully, we've had 8 1-0 losses, which is crazy. 4 0-0 draws, and yeah, we've had a bit of a goal scoring issue as well. But if by the end of this episode we're in the Conference League, then I will not complain really. It would be a shame to have to throw the Norwegian Cup. It's a bit of corruption, probably, but at the same time, it's what we're doing. This is the challenge, and these are the intricacies as part of the challenge. It's just a shame you can't communicate this with your teammates. And then the one th final thing I was going to show, the fact that the job is they are not happy with what we're doing because they're saying we need to qualify for the Europa League. Okay, fine. That's fair, but this club has never really, they've only ever got, before I was here, into the Europa League group stages twice, which was the last time in 2013-14. So I don't know why they're getting angry. I think they're getting a bit like, they've seen good results now, they want more of it. And fair enough, but if we win the Conference League, then they can't complain really. We're doing everything well apart from the fact we're not doing too well in the league and qualifying for the Europa League. But I don't know. We just have to hold on to the job. And if we go back to the Europa League, the Conference League, sorry. I mean, if we take, I've looked at the teams because it really hurts me that we're not there. It feels like we're missing out on a place where we should really be. If we go over to the competition, the teams in it. I mean, if you look in the top 8 teams, odds are there. You've got Lazio and Antwerp who are there. I feel like we could beat them. Bayer Leverkusen, maybe the toughest team in the whole thing. But apart from that, it feels like we could have easily won the competition this year. So it's a shame we miss out. There's a chance that we may not get teams as good as that next year. But I don't know. Bilbao are not even here. I'm not sure if they're in the Europa League with us. We'll have to go and take a look. I've not come across them, but it doesn't know. It doesn't look like they're even here. But yeah, it is disappointing. But we can go back there today. Just have to hope the opponents are the same as they are this year. And also, we're getting better and better. We're going to make big signings in the summer, especially looking to improve the attack, and we've done well in the Europa League this year. So if we just take that into next year's Conference League, which we should be able to qualify for, then there's no cause for complaint. We know exactly what we have to go out and do today. Let's go and play the first game of the day against Rosenborg. So the team for our final league game of the season against Rosenborg starts with Satran in goal. We've got a backline of Carvalho, Eduardo and Gilia, Stegjal, Dahl, Pereira and Conceição in the middle. We've got Injalai on the left, Kuto on the right and Flores up top. Kick off here in this game against Rosenborg, and they've already had a red card here in this game, and that should be a huge benefit for us. It was a game, I have a feeling it might have been the odds game, but at the same time I don't think it was. In these 3 league games that we just won, there was a red card in one game. I think it was when we played against Braun, so Braun were a contender. They were actually top 5 for a while, and then we were playing amazingly. They got a red card, but they were leading us 1-0. Of course they were, but then we turned it around, and then a 95th minute winner is kind of what gets us in this position, because if we didn't score that, we probably wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be as happy, and that's it. I don't know. It was massive, really. But yeah, they got a red card, and that really helped us. In July with the shot, and that is a huge goal in trying to get back to the Conference League. Teo in July showing why he wants to stay in this team and why he could stay in this team if he keeps scoring big goals like that. It's a huge goal from the corner to put us 1-0 up here. Yeah, as I was saying, goals against Braun were huge. We deserved to win. We got our deserved win. I thought we played really well, but we just couldn't score. Now we've got our goal here in this game to lead 1-0 and go into half-time without letting Rosenborg into this game at all. It's been a bit of a descent from them, really, considering where they were last year, the very, very pinnacle of Norwegian football in the last 10 years. But I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered. We are going to secure top 5. I mean, Bodo Glimt, I've got Valerenga on the last day, who are top 4. They don't really have anything to play for. They already know where they'll be next year. But it's still, I guess, important that that's the case, because that means if we draw this game, we would be fine as it stands. But Rosenborg are on the attack. The shot goes in. Luckily, it's put over the bar there as 60 minutes goes in this game. We are on track to finish top 5, and then that would mean we would want to throw the Europa League for the Europa League spot by winning the cup final, which I'm really annoyed it's the case, but the fact that it's an automatic spot these days. It used to be I'm fairly certain it used to be a playoff, but I think it was a playoff when we finished like 5th, and we automatically got it because the winner was above us. I don't really know, but it doesn't really matter here. 85 minutes is gone. It's been a boring display, but who's bothered because we are going to qualify for the for Europe pretty much. We'll have to see how the game goes. The reason I'm speaking about the final so much is because I feel like we could beat Molde, but they literally could just absolutely hammer us. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully they don't hammer us, but if we lose, we know it's not really the worst thing. We'll go and make all these changes here in the interest of resting those players before the final, which is a week away. 3 minutes on the board, and the full-time whistle is gone. That is top 5 secured. So the team for the Norwegian Cup final here against Molde starts with Satran in goal. We got a backline of Carvalho, Eduardo and Gilia. Sturgill, Dahl, Pereira and Conceição in the middle. We got Angel on the left, Kuto on the right and Flores up top. Kick off here in this game against Molde. Very snowy conditions today, as you can see. I guess it is what, November now, I assume. I mean, I've been here a number of years and I still have no idea. It is December. I thought it might be December, but I wasn't too sure. Pereira finds himself on the ball. He's making a nice run down this right side. He plays the ball in. Flores is there, and are we actually going to win the Norwegian Cup? It's 30 seconds in. It's offside. Get in there. I can't believe I'm celebrating an offside. This is the... I mean, if you're watching this, you probably should have expected it. When we come and do stuff like the corners of Europe, you know, it's going to be a very there's going to be things we have to do. We are too good for our own good is the way to describe it. Really, we are literally too good for you know, to play in what we want to play in. As Molde find themselves on the attack, and they have got their goal now to make it 1-0 in this game, and that could possibly be the first time. I mean, it's so annoying really because you don't want to lose the final, but I mean, if we don't win the Conference League next year after doing all this, I'm literally not doing anything deliberate, by the way, so I guess it's a fair result. If we do lose, that's probably the way to treat it. If we win, fair and square, then fair enough, but I know deep down what I want to happen, but we're giving them a game here. We're trying to see what we can do. I mean, we did get an early goal that was disallowed. Molde are coming on the attack now. It's a ball in, back post, square ball, defending required. It's a big save by Satran to deny. The shot goes in, and I think it's Gilia who gets in the way to deny that shot there from the Molde attacker. Yeah, if we lose, it's fair and square. It's not like we didn't just win it last year. We've gone 13 games unbeaten in the Norwegian Cup now, and this could be the first loss in over 2 years, so that would be impressive in itself, to be honest. But we just have to see really whether or not we do. It will be disappointing if we lose, considering I want to win it, but at the same time we're playing our full strength team. There's literally nothing different I would have done, so if we'd have lost anyway, even with this team, then it's you can't really complain about it. This player here has just scored. I think he scored 3 of his 4 goals all season against us. He's just one of those players, isn't he? That's 2-0 for Molde now here, and I think the thing we should do is probably try and avoid an embarrassment. Really, I get that we know what we want to do, but at the same time, we should not be. We should have a bit of pride, you know. Really, I don't think many fans were expecting to you know, kind of dominate Molde, but at the same time, I thought we could have got a win in this game. It would have been hard, but I thought we could have. Doesn't look like we will unless we turn up here. As Mauro Couto, who's on a yellow apparently, is bursting into the box, and that is a penalty that Mauro Couto has won. And Flores, on what is possibly his last game for the club, is going to step up and possibly get his final goal of his time here in Tromso. Flores steps up. Where will he go? He takes his penalty. He's placed it into the bottom corner, and now it's game on here. At least we're producing a spectacle as well. In this game, that's 2-1 now in the cup final. But yeah, as I was saying, it's a full strength team, and if we lose, then we probably would have lost. If I was, you know, not thinking with this attitude that's kind of, you know, plaguing all of us. But what can you do, really? We'll go and praise. That's not going to do any favours because we're losing. As you can see, that's just made everyone angry. In the second half, we'll probably bring on some of the young boys, give them some minutes in what would be a huge occasion for their development. You know, the fact that some of them at 16 and 17 years old, probably breaking records by playing in the cup final, can say they have played in a cup final. It will do wonders for their development. Are we going to turn around this game, or will it be Molde's title that will have to unfortunately concede? It definitely felt like if we weren't in this position, it was ours to take. It's a good thing. I mean, when we go over to Spain, Las Palmas, which feels like it's not long away now. I mean, if it's next year where we're going to the Conference League, obviously we'll have to win on all our qualifiers and stuff, but the team's going to be improved in the summer. We're going to fix this goal scoring issue by improving the attack. Pre-season is going to be important. We're getting a lot of experience in the Europa League here. If we go into the Conference League, it feels like it could be the year. You know, we've lost to the eventual losers, the losers of the final and the eventual winners. None of them are there now. You've seen who the teams are who are getting there, and it feels like year on year, the teams are getting a bit more kind of favourable for who we can play. And I guess now it's just a case of winning it. Really, I just want to win it. The feeling of winning it is going to be amazing. We've brought off Flores here for Hemmingson. We've brought on Amdal in the midfield, 16 years of age, probably most likely the youngest player to ever play in a Norwegian Cup final, but it doesn't look like anything's going to come for us. We're building up momentum, so maybe there is still something for us in this game. If we could take it to penalties or something like that. Mauro Couto is on the ball. He's done his man. He's gone right through his legs, and Mauro Couto, he's just got shy in the end. He's done so well, but he wins the ball back, to be fair. It's quite an intelligent bit of play from him. He does go back. He's cutting in field. He goes to Ramaj now. Ramaj into Eduardo in the middle. Eduardo into Shagjal. Hemmingson is through. Hemmingson's rounded the keeper, and Hemmingson has put it away, but it's offside. Oh, what a moment that would have been if that goal did stand there. Oh, that would have been absolutely amazing. He just got it in the air, rounded the keeper, and that would have been a legendary goal. We've given it our all in this game. We're returning to the Conference League, but unfortunately, it's another runners-up medal at the expense of Molde, but not to complain. 2 runners-up medals and 1 win in our few years here. I will take that. Back to the Conference League next year, though. That is the big result, really. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this little tune, and I'll see you tomorrow for hopefully Europa League knockout game. Thank you. Bye-bye.